All right, y'all. What's up? So, just a little update on the Fox. I'm waiting on the bung to come in so I could put the wideband O2 sensor on. I'm waiting on the bung that goes on the exhaust, the clamp bung. Once that's in, I could put the wideband on, and then I could work my way to get a laptop. And once I get a laptop, I can convert to micro squirt. So, and then I can put the 24-pound injectors back in, and then move forward from there. But as of right now, I'm just waiting on those parts to come in, and then once they come in, I can move forward on the Fox. But for right now, I'm about to do some brake pads on the wife's Ford Freestyle. So anyways, I'll keep y'all updated. I was just letting y'all know and touching base with y'all what's going on. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that was it. But I'll keep y'all updated and go from there. Thank you. All right, y'all. I figured I'd get a little bit of footage out of this. This is a 2006 Ford Freestyle. I'm doing the brake pads on them. So this is the front driver side. Basically, you got two bolts, one here and one here, and they basically just thread in. That's what holds the caliper on. Once you get those two out, the caliper just pops. Oh, look at that, cool little rod. Caliper just pops right off, as you'll see. It'll pop right off. And then I got the new pads. I'm sure I'm gonna have to use my C-clamp to push the caliper in some to allow a little bit of clearance for the new pads. And it should be it. It's pretty easy little job. But anyways, I just figured I'd show y'all. I know it's not Foxbody content, but I figured somebody could use you know, the knowledge or whatever. I see that came off. Okay, so after you get these two bolts out, this top one and this bottom one, I actually ran into a little bit of problem that on a normal car they usually just pop right off, but on this one it has a safety feature. Well, I call it a safety feature, but they have little, on the actual pad they have like a little prong that won't, I guess, safety feature to keep the caliper from coming off. So what you have to do is get a screwdriver and actually pry a little bit between the original pad and your caliper, and pull back just a little bit, and it'll push that caliper in. And then once you push it in, it'll pop right off. And that's the prong one there. The ones on the back too, and they're kind of a pain in the ass, but once I figured it out, it came off with no problem. So now the new pad, the old pads just come right out. They're not that bad, but I'm replacing them anyway before it actually gets wear on the rotor. But anyways, that's pretty much it, y'all. First time I ever seen a safety feature like that. I guess it's to keep, if the bolt's ever backed off, it keeps the caliper from coming off. Okay, so whenever you go to put the caliper back on with the new pads, if you need to still press the caliper in some, what I always do is I'll take an old brake pad, set it right there against the two pistons, and then I'll use my C-clamp on the back of the caliper, just somewhere you can grab it that's not gonna, you know, hit a line or anything like that. And then you just, you know, tighten your caliper and then push those pistons in to give you a little bit more space for the wider pads, the wider new pads. So that's pretty much an old trick. They do make a tool that's for this that goes inside here, and then you use like it's kind of like a caulk gun handle, and you just keep clicking it, and it pushes itself back in. And that's the ideal way of doing it. But if you don't have that, you don't need it. You can use a standard clamp, you know, nothing special. Alright, new pads installed on the driver's side. Got the bolts back in. They are 13 millimeter. One there. One there. As you see, since I have the caliper loose, let's see here. Since I have the caliper pushed in so far, even with the new pads on, they move. It can slide a little bit. Once you hit the brake and that caliper comes back out, it won't have that play in it. So now on to the next side. Alright, we're all done. Got the brake pads on. And first thing you want to do after that is wash your hands. Alright, after you wash your hands, now you can get in the car without greasy hands and messing up this fine leopard print that my wife has. So what I'm doing is normally after you do the calibers like that and push them in, when you go to get in the car and crank it up, and let's just say I walked away right now and the brakes are done, and my wife gets in this to leave. Well, my driveway is slanted, you know, it's on a slope. So the first thing that pedal is going to do when you hit it is it's going to go to the floor, because it's trying to move them calibers back to where it's making contact with the pads. And if it goes to the floor and doesn't grip, then she's going to go rolling down the driveway. And it's the same scenario if they just grab it and put it in gear and they go to press the brake, it's going to go to the floor. It'll probably end up grabbing, but it will go to the floor and most people are going to panic out. So what I like to do after I do brakes is I'll get in and crank it up, leave it in gear, hit the brake pedal a couple times to build that pressure back up, and get the fluid, you know, built back up to where the pads are making contact on the rotor. That will keep, you know, with me doing it for my wife like I am right now, I'm doing this job for my wife. If I don't do this, I'll end up hearing it later. My brakes ain't working. So anyways, that's what's up, y'all. Let's see if I can show you. See, they went straight to the floor. Straight to the floor. Now I got covered. So what would have happened, the brakes would have probably worked, but they're good now. I ain't gonna test drive it, but what would have happened is they pushed it to the floor, there wouldn't have been no pedal, they would have freaked out, especially if it was in gear or if it's on a slope like I was saying. It would have went probably rolling, but you never know. Take the e-brake off too. So anyways, that's what's up, y'all, and I'll keep y'all updated what's going on with the Fox next. It'll probably be a couple days before I'm able to do anything, so I'll let y'all know what's up. Thank you.